What's up, YouTube? It's been a while since I made another video, but I just want to let you guys know it's because I've been setting up a new computer and I got a new webcam. It doesn't look like there's too much of a better quality, but I do notice that everything looks a whole lot more smoother than my previous laptop's computer, as this is like a webcam. So hopefully my video quality is definitely going up, and hopefully my audio quality is a lot better as well. Anyways, this video is going to be about Cardarine, code name or lab name GW501516. It's a research chemical pioneered by GlaxoSmithKline. However, it was banned in some stage of testing because they found great amounts of pancreatic cancers and other many ovarian type cancers in rats used in such studies. So now, going without further ado, I'm just going to go into this video. I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. This video is really not going to be too much focused on its usage in bodybuilding or use for cutting. I'm going to focus more on the academia side of things and actually really explain to you how this drug works within the body. So as I said, we're going to do that. Firstly, the mechanism of action of Cardarine, which is what I'm going to refer to as it within this video, is that it's a PPAR delta agonist. What that stands for is a peroxisome proliferator agonist at the receptor delta subtype. Delta denoting muscle. However, it does have some affinity at the sigma receptor, which is related to the liver and pancreas, and I'm going to get into that later in this video. And it's actually very beneficial because it has been shown to increase levels of HDL and lower LDL, and actually lower blood triglycerides as well. Its chemical structure that's relevant within our body, or the chemical structure that causes it to have its effects on the body, is that it's a heterodimer. Basically what this is just two different proteins that are binded together that act on ligand receptors and take the place of certain ligand receptors that have integral roles within the body. So these heterodimers basically act as an inducible promoter of certain genes that upregulate fatty acid metabolism, increasing thermogenesis, and lowering liver glycolysis, which is a great thing, especially if you want to try to use more fatty acids and less of your glycogen storage. In multiple contexts, in endurance running and bodybuilding as well. It upregulates genes such as CPT1, which has an integral role in fatty acid oxidation, UCP1, which has a role in beiging of visceral or fat, of any subcutaneous fat, by increasing mitochondrial density and increasing thermogenesis within the body. PDK4, the gene has a gamut of effects throughout the body, and it's not yet to be fully elucidated. And PTC1 alpha, which has a really integral role in triglyceride hydrolysis. It also greatly increases 6-dehydrogenase, which is basically like an enzyme carrier or a electron carrier, which reduces FADH in the Krebs cycle. What this does is it basically makes cellular metabolism a whole lot more efficient, and would allow anyone's muscles or body or just any cells exposed to this to be a whole lot more efficient and create more ATP. With that being said, because it's an inducible promoter, and because I got into the whole mechanism of action, I'm going to go into the effects on the body. So because of the fact it's selective on muscle, it greatly increases muscular endurance, and as indicated by rodents, it has demonstrated higher affinity in slow twitch muscle fiber metabolism and conversion towards slow twitch muscle. Because of that, what this really means is that it is very selective on slow twitch muscle, so muscle that's very vascular, muscle that is very metabolically active. It has a higher affinity to that. However, it does have an effect on actually converting fast twitch muscle types that you often see in sprinters into slow twitch muscles, which is great for endurance running, but it would behoove many individuals who are planning on taking this, especially let's say powerlifters or people who are just avid gym goers and who aren't really cutting. It would behoove them to not really use this kind of drug or this compound because of its effects on converting fast twitch muscle fibers to slow twitch muscle fibers, which isn't what you really want. My next note says its second effect that I mentioned, because of its slight affinity on the sigma receptor, it is very pancreatic. It is very not pancreatic. It's very pancreacyte, whatever cells of pancreas and liver. It's very protective of those cells. Basically, what it does is it kind of protects them from a lot of environmental stressors and free radicals, and has been shown to greatly increase blood glucose control and insulin levels throughout the day. And in many studies show that it is demonstrated to lower LDL cholesterol and raise HDL cholesterol in a specific study on obese monkeys. While we aren't monkeys, I think we are pretty genetically similar to them, and these studies can be extrapolated to usage in humans. because of its slight activity in the liver and pancreas, it has been shown to be insulin resistant. Insulin resistance protective, and it prevents pancreatic islet death. However, this does come with a warning, as I will get into later. I'll just say right now, cancers, because of its pancreatic cell protective effects. While further research stopped because of cancers being shown in rodents, its full effects on the body have yet to be really fully elucidated. However, cardarine does seem to be a effective regulator of lipids, blood glucose, and fasting insulin, not only in rodents and monkeys, but certainly in humans as well, as was indicated by studies done by GlaxoSmithKline. No research, however, has done to measure, brown fat activation of the UCP1 gene. So as I said, it upregulates UCP1. However, cardarine has not really been shown to beige white fat. While it does agonize this or cause an activation and transcription of this gene and the proteins associated with it, it does not really beige white fat. However, that's just because no studies have been done to really explore the effects of this UCP1 gene upregulation and how well it upregulates this UCP1 gene. So I suppose that in a practical context, that this drug would actually be best used in a type of context where one is doing maybe ice baths or doing training in the cold, where they're really trying to optimize, lipid metabolism with this drug. So because of this UCP1 gene activation, it does have promising it does show great promise. However, we still need research to be done, and I don't foresee any research to be done because of the cancerous effects of it. However, I do think the cancerous effects are very overblown. In a study on cunning mice, researchers who administered cardarine to trained mice for 3 weeks, there's a dose unknown, saw increased run time to exhaustion by 31%. That's a lot. That's a lot. Statistical data significance is more than 5%. 31% is a lot. It has also been shown to increase or prevent muscle catabolism as it maintains serum BCAA content and lowers blood lactate. So this could be great if you're running ultra marathons, or you're running you're in a type of event like a decathlon or something like that, where you're having multiple events back to back to back, as it will prevent muscle fatigue through that lactate buildup. And also, like I said, it'd be great in a cutting situation, as, like I said, it maintains serum BCAA content. This study with these cunning mice is very promising, and I think it has great applications in humans. And I really wish that this drug still had more research done on it to fully elucidate its effects on humans. However, because the dose is unknown, I really don't know if it's safe. If humans took that same dose, if it would be safe. Because typically, I'll actually get that to what I was going to say in the end. Cancers, as I was going to say, because of its pancreatic protective effects, cardarine really got awareness because of a longitudinal study where scientists administered 31 to 100 milligrams per kg daily. The minimum dose, by the way, required is 0.3 milligrams per kg, so it's pretty low. Most people would run 20 milligrams per day for about a month. In humans, I would personally recommend 20 milligrams as a sweet spot. Running about 30 for longer periods, longer than 4 weeks, can definitely get dangerous, as you're going to have sustained elevation of these genes and sustained levels of pancreatic, protection of pancreatic cells, preventing their apoptosis, which could definitely lead to certain cancers related to that. People in mice can most certainly present with pancreatic cancer. As mentioned earlier, this drug is pancreatic protective. I already said that. Due to the interesting biochemistry, it seems that cardarine has a positive feedback. One thing I also found in my research is that it also shows to have a positive feedback loop on COX-2, which, if you guys don't know, I actually covered this in my NSAID video. COX-2 is basically an enzyme that converts arachidonic acid into prostaglandins and other inflammatory cytokines, which ultimately lead to an elevated level of inflammation throughout certain specified sites throughout the body. So because I say it has a positive feedback mechanism on COX-2, it has led to increases of other pro-inflammatory cytokines. Also, it does seem to have some activity on the colon, which could lead to colonic cancers as well, which aren't very great. And also some other literature showing that colon cancers are rising, very especially amongst the youth and the young generations. It's yet to be fully understood why, but colon cancers are becoming increasingly common. As far as you know what I said earlier with the 20 milligrams is a sweet spot. I really feel like one should not go over that. In my personal experience, I used 20 milligrams for about 4 months. Yeah, for about something like 4 months, after which did not experience any cancers. I'm still standing here today. Jeez, man, I'm still standing here today, and I'm doing just fine. As far as practical results go, I was starting off my cross-country season running like 2022s, 2020, 5K times, and I not quickly, but in conjunction with training, consistent training, good diet, and Cardarine, I was able to bump it down to 18 minutes. Oh my god. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.